way other than to somehow make me straight, as if everything that happened to me was my fault. One other thing to note is that what I think triggered all this, the fact is, this memory had been buried in my subconscious for years. I think it all started with my sister's death in 2010, in July of 2010. During that week, one of my younger brothers admitted to my mom that the guy that he'd been hanging out with, this older guy who was in his late teens, early 20s, when one of my younger brothers was 10 or 11 years old, had raped him repeatedly. That there was some sort of weird relationship going on between them, in which, he had been raped by this man. And to which my mom responded, I told you not to hang around him. That's what you get. That was her response to him when he said that in front of all of us 2 days before we had the wake and funeral for my sister. Things like that come out during traumatic family events like that. And so I think that's what triggered it, because my mom had said that about a lot of things. Whether it was me getting mugged, or getting beat up by my stepfather, or anything else that might have happened to us that may or may not have been any fault of me or anyone else. So I don't know if this helps anyone. I'm not even sure if this really helps me, but I think the reality is that we have a lot of baggage to deal with as human beings. I certainly do. And the fact that I know what my baggage is, probably at least 95% of it anyway, probably closer to 98% at this point, is somewhat of a weight off. I don't feel like I have needles stuck in the middle of my brain anymore that just keep scratching at my neurons. So I can say that there's a certain degree of peace with the fact that comes with knowing more than rather above anything else. And as far as the guy who did what he did to me when I was 76, who knows? Could be in jail, could be dead, could have been dead ages ago. Could have, there are a lot of things that could have happened to him. All I know is that if I somehow found out who he was, I'm not. It's such a detached memory in a way that while I know I've experienced trauma as a result of it, while I know that there are parts of it that make me think and feel, um, a bit sorry and helpless, not for me now, but for me when I was 6. The only thing I probably want to do with him is beat him up. Not cut off his balls and feed him to him, or see him in jail for the rest of his life. I have no idea who this guy is. I have no idea what he did after he got through with me in 76, to be honest with you. So, um, the only thing I'd want to do pretty much is beat him up. Two people hold him down. I put on some brass knuckles, and I basically punch him a couple times in the jaw until I break his jaw. And then while he's doing that, I kick him right in his ball. Simple as that. So that's it. I don't have anything else to say about this, but you know, even if it helps, I don't know if it helps me. I don't know if it helps anybody else to talk about these things, but they say as writers that we have to push the envelope and talk about things that we otherwise are uncomfortable talking about, and this certainly makes me uncomfortable.